Do games get trains? Satisfactory.
Thank you, Past Me, but let's rewind the clock a bit and let's go behind the scenes for how this episode is made, as well as explore some unused footage, bloopers, as well as the full screen videos that were recorded back when this was first starting. When working on different series ideas for the second season of my YouTube channel, we came across a train rating idea. After getting a few games listed out and figuring out what we would like to potentially do, I ended up making a few logos, working on some font ideas, and then finally going out and looking through various games, figuring out what TikTok and YouTube requires for its shorts, and trying to find a middle ground between the both to kind of make a video series. And then Satisfactory was chosen, to which then we had to figure out a score system. So each item was going to be 1 point each. When it didn't add up to 10, I realized instead of adding more things to the list, I would just take what I had and make it into 2 for various items and 1 for others. So I went through the list and figured out what we needed. Locomotives with 2 points each, rolling stock with 2 points each, signals with 2 points each, track with 1, switches with 2, and stations with 1. Now we have our 10 points. The score in place and the score decided for the game, I went ahead and started working on the script. It went through multiple revisions, but mostly these revisions were made while recording the audio, seeing what didn't work and what did work. And, well, I guess it's time we finally got to some of those audio bloopers.
Do games get trains? Satisfactory. In this series, I see if games get trains. First up, their model looks very much like a real thing. The engine is based off an EMD F40PH, Amtrak representing. Their cars are a bit of empty. Right, nope. Looks like a real thing. The engine seems to be based off an EMD FP. Pretty much like a flat car. If you add a container on it, looks like a box. Do games get trains? Satisfactory. In this series, I see if games get trains. First up, the locomotive. It looks like it's a real thing. It seems to be based off an EMD F40. Amtrak seems to be representing here, just a bit more of a sci-fi look. The cars? Definitely a flat car. Not much to say there, but you add on a container, looks like a boxcar. That's some nice versatility. Signals. It's a bit on the basic end, definitely has a sci-fi look, probably made especially by Fix-It. Doesn't look like anything in the real world from what I can tell. It's their own thing. Track. It's sci-fi. It's believable. It's monorail. Woo! Switches. What are those? There's no gap. Wheels will derail anytime, and it stops straining its track. I understand it's still probably figuring out if they can even do dynamic splines, but man. Stations. Looks a bit like an industrial container area. Realistic. I've seen them before. Fits in. Overall, for a sci-fi game, they mostly seem to get trains. Just fix those switches. The cars are flat cars. Add a container on it. Looks like a back.
This next one is actually a blooper. I was filming for a long time and just wham! Camera went to the other side as the train came along. I missed the shot. So we waited about 10 minutes again, and here comes the train again. Doing the shot correctly this time. This is the one I believe I ended up using in the video. So much better, you know, when your camera doesn't go wham. And that's going to do it for Do Games Get Trains behind the scenes for Satisfactory. Next episode, I'm going to go into a bit more in depth of why I rate my scores a certain way, how I storyboard, and then how I actually record the footage for each of the different episodes. So, with that, I want to thank you all for watching, thank you for subscribing to my Patreon, and I hope you all enjoyed this. Till next time, this is Silver, signing out.